Hello and welcome to Reddit on Reddit, the internet's auditory version of Reddit. I'm Nelson Allingham, joined by Michael Campbell.
Now, people that are just listening, they won't know, but Nelson has an IV drip attached to him.
Yep.
Because he's been unwell.
Full of heroin.
Which is why he's been so unwell.
Yeah.
It's unsafe to take that much.
Yeah.
I'm
very close to overdosing, but I've worked it out. I'm just at the maximum amount.
So you're as lethargic as you can be without being dead.
Yes.
Yeah, that's very good. They should make Trainspotting 3, and it's just you instructing people on how to be the most, just almost overdosed on heroin, but not quite.
Yeah.
More of an instruction manual than anything.
Yeah. That'd be
I
fun.
can imagine the classification board being fine with that.
Yeah. Yeah. They wouldn't know what to rate it.
Yeah. It is E for educational.
Yeah. It's an R-rated educational movie. Cambo, happy Australian music artist T-shirt day.
Yeah,
my God, I can't believe that you knew it was that as well.
Well, no, we missed it. That was like 2 days ago.
Oh, was it really? I just wanted to point out, I saw it on Facebook before I went here, and I just thought how bizarre that that's a day somebody invented.
It's very specific. There's a band that I quite like. And in fact, people listening, check them out. They're called the Smith Street Band. They're a Melbourne band.
Yeah.
But their whole thing for that day, because obviously a lot of Australian artists kind of try and plug it, is they wanted photos of people who have put the Smith Street Band shirt on their dogs. So all day they were just reposting people that had sent in a picture of their dog that had their T-shirt on it, which I thought was a cool way to do it, because obviously it's the two things I like, that band and dogs.
Yeah, that's the target market for that.
Yeah, but that is such a specific... I always find that, it's like International Choc Chip Cookie Day.
Yeah. There's so many very specific days for things.
Yeah, well, what is it now? It's the 19th of November.
Yeah.
International Reddit on Reddit Podcast Day.
It's too specific, Campbell. Nobody will get on board that aside from our listeners.
Okay.
I think
annual Reddit-based podcast.
Reddit-based podcast still pretty good. Still, I think maybe a little bit too broad. I think not broad enough. I think international Australian podcasts that don't edit and are released weekly based on a large social media platform.
You've really broadened that out.
Yeah. Nobody can say that we made that up, though, if they trace back every little point.
Yeah.
You know,
that's
they're
true.
like Reddit-based. It's probably one of the Reddit-based podcasts that brought that up. This is just a bit vague in every area that we so happen to encompass. Okay, so... Feel free to celebrate this day.
I think I'm
What
seeing...
day was it?
The 19th of November.
19th of November.
I think I'm seeing now, because...
That's my sister's birthday.
Oh. I think I'm seeing now, because this podcast is 1 day delayed because you've been a bit unwell.
Yeah.
The fever that is happening in your head right now.
Yes. I'm experiencing all sorts of fun and pain at the same time.
Wow.
To be fair, the fun is coming from the heroin. So... It's mainly the pain. Anyway, let's get into it, shall we?
Let's.
This first Reddit on Reddit is in the subreddit No Stupid Questions. And it was by Jerswar. Does anyone else kind of wish cloaks were still in fashion?
Well, no. See, here's the thing. The older I get, the more that anything isn't necessary, the less I'm using it now.
I'm sure I would wear a cloak more than anything.
You would?
Yeah.
What's the practicality of a cloak?
You can wear whatever you want, plus a cloak.
But that's what I mean. I think it's like I used to always wear ties in my other job.
Yeah.
And now that I've stopped wearing ties, I'm like, the hell do you wear a tie for? And I think cloaks are a bit the same. I reckon
Really?
like they were a bit of a fashion statement. Then people stopped wearing them. And they're like, wait a
No,
minute.
I don't think it's a fashion statement. I was serious
What are you
about
talking about? A cloak isn't a fashion
I was
statement.
seriously talking about how you can wear whatever you want plus a cloak. I think that there's practicality in that.
But it has no function.
You mean aside from warmth and also protection from the rain? Is that not things that
you're explaining a jacket?
Yeah, well, no. Well, a jacket
Does
a jacket covers the top half.
Get a longer jacket.
Do you wear like very much close to a cloak? Are we talking about here?
The long jacket has the practicality of things like pockets.
I imagine cloaks are riddled with pockets. If
You've
got a cloak, that's got a lot of pockets.
Look, if you can show me a functional cloak that is some kind of benefit to me, I'll change my tune.
I've
happy
been
to do
explaining it this whole time. I don't really understand.
Does your cloak have a hood?
Yeah, of course it's got a hood.
So it's more like a Jedi robe almost.
Well,
see, I'm more into that kind of like Obi-Wan Kenobi, right? He's got the big brown. Is that technically a cloak or is that a robe?
Yeah. That's a cloak. Yeah,
I feel like that's a robe because it goes on his sleeves as well, right? I think that's the difference.
Maybe
right?
that's the difference between a robe and a cloak. Yeah. See, I don't want sleeves.
So if it rains, arms wet.
Jacket would fix that. That's not how a cloak works. It still drapes over you. You don't just stick out your hands.
It just seems like a weird hindrance of an item of clothing, you know? Like there's absolutely no benefit other than to look quite pimp, to be honest, of wearing a cloak. In fact, I don't get why superheroes wear cloaks. Other than if they fly, I guess it makes sense.
I mean, that's a cape. Now you're getting confused between a cloak and a cape. Well, they're definitely different.
But what is the difference between a cloak and a cape?
What? Oh my god!
No, tell me right now. What is the difference between a cloak and a cape?
A cape is like thinner. It doesn't come around your shoulders. It doesn't have a hood.
Batman's cape comes around his shoulders. Shazam's one has a hood.
No, I don't think you understand a cloak. I think I need to... Okay, this is where the problem lies. Okay. Dear listeners, please send in photos of cloaks to Reddit podcast, READIT podcast @gmail.com, or our subreddit, or just anywhere.
Anywhere.
Just send them. Send Cambo a cloak.
Come to my house wearing a cloak.
Wear a cloak. Because I think that's where it's going wrong.
Yeah.
Next,
Cambo, maybe I'm just
I thought
I
could easily move on from this point after you agreed that cloaks are the best to then say, yes, why aren't we also walking around with canes and monocles and top hats like we should be?
So what you want is the Roaring 20s.
I want...
Without, the Great Depression.
Throw that in there. Seemed like a bit of fun. They came out of that all right. Yeah, that's what I want.
Okay. Well,
I wouldn't mind being able to wear a top hat.
You can wear a top hat.
A monocle seems like it would hurt my eye.
You can wear a top hat right now if you so choose.
Nah, but nobody's gonna like.
Yeah, everyone's gonna be like, "Why is that dickhead wearing a top hat?
Why is he wearing a top hat
or a cloak?"
Yeah. Or you might be a cape. I don't know. You're confused.
I am confused.
So is there no fashion item that you wish had a comeback?
Oh, acid wash jeans, obviously.
Whether it has a practicality or not.
I'm trying to think of something maybe I wore as a kid that, what I never used to wear, but now the practicality of it I love?
Yeah.
I love a hat.
Yeah.
Just lately, I love a hat.
Love a hat.
Yeah, it keeps the shade out of your eyes and all of a sudden. Before my vanity was such that I'm like, I've got cool coiffed hair.
Yeah.
Couldn't wear a hat.
Yeah.
I love a hat now.
I've just thought of a brilliant idea.
Go on.
It's a cloak.
Oh, God.
It has an inbuilt cap.
What you're thinking of is a Legionnaire's cap, but with a longer back.
No, you're thinking of a cape again.
Oh,
no. Okay. Look, hats are great.
Yeah.
Any particular ones? There's lots of different types of hats.
What we need, because
top hat, maybe.
We have people assigned on this show. They've got different jobs. Correspondents mostly.
Okay.
But some people have different jobs. And I feel like the explainer on this show was Amanda.
Okay.
So Amanda, if you could just tell me the difference between a cape and a cloak, even just privately.
Yeah. Okay.
That would be good.
What about the platform heels with the goldfish in it?
The thing is, imagine if you tried that with a real life goldfish.
That's what I'm imagining.
Well, how instantly
Brilliant.
that
Life of the party I am.
just how instantly it would die.
Yeah.
Just being whack, whack, whack from the bottom to the top of your shoe.
I know. There is just no way that would survive.
It's like there's the indignity of being stepped on once if someone walks over you, but that thing is, it's like it's being stepped on every single time you take a step.
Okay. How about this then?
Yeah.
What is a practical form of clothing that we could create or make that has a live animal component?
See, I wouldn't mind a hoodie, but 2 hoods, one front, one back. Back one, put it on your head if you get cold or if it's wet.
Yeah.
Front one, just put a puppy.
A front
hoodie.
Front hoodie is a puppy.
Yeah. So then you just always got a puppy there.
Okay. My mind went to a different place, and that sounds gross. I don't know, because I imagine if you've got a front hoodie, you put it against your face.
No. I mean, it's just always
because a back hoodie, that's what
I
you do.
imagine it'll kind of way down to like chest level.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you just always got a little puppy to pat.
You got a puppy to pat. Okay. Don't put the puppy on your face.
You can smear the puppy on your face if you want.
That's weird though.
People like the smell of puppies.
Yeah, it's weird though. Okay, so just a little puppy basket.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, it can be reinforced
in front of you. Yeah.
It probably should be.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing though, because I don't want a dog basket. You need to be able to replace the puppy.
Yeah.
I don't want it to grow up into a big
and
golden retriever or something.
Short window before that puppy gets too big for the hoodie.
Yeah, that's my point. Yeah. I need a replacement puppy all the time, every few weeks. Throw the other one out, obviously. How about a ferret scarf?
It's a big ferret or a small scarf, or is it a bunch of ferrets tied together?
Bunch of ferrets.
Yeah, but definitely live.
Oh yeah, they're live.
Yeah. We don't accept animal cruelty. We wouldn't kill the ferrets. We'd tie them together and wear them with a scarf.
The human centipede. Very similar concept.
Yeah. The ferret centipede.
Yeah.
All right, I get you.
Nah, jokes. Whoever wants to touch a ferret? They're so gross. Why does anybody have them as pets?
A ferret? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they're always the pet that you get as a it's like the second chance drawer of pets.
Okay.
It's like, I want a dog. You got a ferret.
Really? I think it's like third or fourth.
Oh yeah.
It's a dog, cat, bird, even fish. I feel like a fish tank is in there somewhere. Yeah. And then ferret.
And then fish tank, then just below fish tank, the shoes with the fish in them.
Yeah. Because they die so quickly. It's really fifth straw. Okay. Anyway, Gambo, let's get into Ask Reddit. Ask Reddit. This Ask Reddit is by Solf J. Kimbley. You're on death row. However, instead of getting to choose a last meal, you get to choose who your executioner is and how they end you. Who do you pick? How do they do it? And why? Why is why part of it?
I was like, why did you pick that, surely?
Okay, yeah. No, why are you on death row?
Yeah.
It's a whole other story.
Nelson, this is brilliant marketing opportunity here. Yeah. You're on death row.
Okay.
I'll make that clear.
Right, yeah.
Because you're sick, so you've got less of a life to lead.
Okay.
Also, you're slightly older than me, so you've lived more.
Yeah. But I was going to say I've watched more TV, but I don't think that's true either.
So you're on death row.
Yep.
What if I kill you on the show?
Oh.
Think of the ratings.
That would be pretty.
Good. It would be selfish for you not to do this.
Pretty low ratings, I imagine. What? Why? In what? I mean, so, I imagine hearing a death.
Oh no, it's
not that easy. Okay. So the final podcast episode is a live stream.
We've talked once or twice. Oh, maybe we should go on Twitch. Imagine that's the premiere, of our live stream version of this podcast. the sad bit is it's also the end of the podcast.
It's the end of the podcast. That's a shame.
But go out with a bang.
Right.
Or a swipe of the sword as I decapitate you. How would you want to die?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because you
want something good.
You're
right?
going to kill me on the podcast. Great.
I feel like you don't want an injection because then you just go to sleep. It's like your heroin IV right now.
Yeah.
You're very close to lethal injection.
Just up the drip a little.
It's on a fucking needle's edge at the moment. Just give me literally any more.
Yeah, the tiniest bit. In fact, if you gave me some Panadol, it'd probably be enough to kick me over the edge. Okay. I don't know. How would you like to kill me?
I think it needs to be something pretty epic.
Okay.
Like what? Some kind of like noble hero's end, you know? Maybe we could have a sword fight, but it's rigged. So that I win it, but we can go out in some kind of epic sword fight battle.
I'll one-up you.
Okay.
We've got swordfishes.
Oh my god. In our shoes.
Well, I meant as the swords, but I guess, okay, we've got swordfish as shoes.
Yes.
And
we're kicking
each other. Cool.
Yeah.
I like this.
But what do you think would be the most noble death?
Well,
or do you want like a?
I feel like this is what I imagine a noble death is. Mm-hmm. Okay, we're around some school children.
Okay.
Maybe even throw some puppies in there. Why not?
Sure.
You like them.
Yeah. Is this why you're in prison?
Throw a live grenade.
Ah.
I jump on top of it.
Yeah,
it's a very noble death. I mean, I jump on top of it and then I throw it at the puppies. Yeah. I don't want to die. And they're just puppies.
I had a similar thought.
There's tons of puppies in the world.
I had a similar thought, though. That there's no school children to make you look as noble. But I was thinking point blank range, I shoot you with a cannon. Because I want to see if it just ends up with your feet standing there like happens in the cartoons.
Okay.
Maybe we'll glue you to the ground.
We'll
strap you to the ground. Yeah. And we'll try as hard as we can to replicate that like Looney Tunes style of me shooting you point blank and you just having your feet with two little bones sticking out.
Okay, yeah. What if also I ended up being like the guy who could tank the cannonball hits?
That would be terrible. But and
then
here's the thing.
I've got a whole new career.
Loophole, Nelson.
Okay.
Here's what I'm thinking. Because I don't know if you've heard, but there was an inmate that recently died for a few minutes while in prison and then was revived.
Oh, yes.
And he is now arguing that he's technically served his life sentence.
Yes. Although I'm pretty sure that's not how a life sentence is
his
sentenced.
life had ended. But what I'm saying is if it's the death penalty, if we find a way to kill you briefly and then bring you back because we get to choose the form of death.
Here's another story that actually really did happen in, I want to say, 1870. Somebody was hung. And as we know, these days, hanging somebody was not always, did not always kill. And so this person was hung and then they got taken down, and then like a doctor realized that they were still alive, and then they came back and they recovered and they were fine, and then they said, well, the punishment was to be hung, and I was hung, and then so from that point on, so they said, okay, technically that's correct. So from that point they said they changed the wording to say hung until death.
Yeah, I was about to say, is that now why? Because you see it in like popular culture.
Yeah.
You were sentenced to be hung by the neck until death.
Until death, yep. They had to include that in there.
Interesting. So then we will have to get them to change the notion of death penalty. Yeah. It would have to be like permanent death penalty. Because we'll be like, we killed him. He's back, obviously.
Yeah.
But we can't be blamed for that.
That's true.
I mean, we can because we did it, but you didn't say that we couldn't. We killed him as per your instructions.
Yeah.
He's now back. He did the death penalty. And then we're like, oh, God damn it.
Yeah. That's true. What if I just got really hungover? I felt like death.
Yeah, like, oh, Warden, I feel like death.
Oh, what a penalty this is.
Is that good enough? Or?
Is this? And then, another loophole, permanent death penalty. I just permanently... hungover. It's a great life, can't be. It's not. It'd be worse. I'd want to die.
You never want to go outside.
Yeah.
The sunshine would be too much.
That's true.
Think of all the greasy food you have to eat all the
time. Okay, here's the loophole I was thinking of. Yep. Okay. Can't choose your last meal. But what if I want to die by overeating, Jamie Oliver cooks the meals.
Interesting.
That's a delicious way to die.
So technically, he is the one to kill you.
He's the one to kill me.
I want Jamie Oliver to kill me.
Yeah.
Because I ate too much.
I ate too much of his food. That would be so delicious.
I feel at a point, no matter how delicious the food, when he's shoving it down your throat against your will.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, maybe part of you still be like, Most of you would just be screaming but gargling because you're full of food.
Yeah. Well.
Because what, like your intestines would burn? Like, how would, well, not your intestines, so you're like your stomach.
Yeah, I think so. It was on that movie,
Seven.
Yeah.
You'd be like
I think he makes that guy eat less spaghetti and then kicks him though. Yeah, I think it was the kick.
So Jamie Oliver has to kick you to
death. He has to kick me as well. He's wearing swordfish shoes as well. Okay, here's another one.
Sure.
This is by Prompt Me Promptly. God has become tired of humanity. Recently retired and left you in charge. Do you leave the rules exactly as they currently are? And if not, what changes will you be making? I would like to say, I'm pretty sure God has previously been tired of humanity and he just drowned everyone. So why doesn't he do that again?
He had to do it. Yeah.
God.
He's like, fuck this one up. Hang on.
Yeah.
No, you're all right.
Yeah.
Animals, they're fine as well, most of them.
I actually watched this video from this young girl. She's maybe like 15 or something, and she's kind of an atheist and promotes science basically over religion. And she went to there's like an ark somewhere that was built. I can't remember, Ontario for some reason. I feel like it's it. I don't know. And she talks about all the things that they say that is just incorrect based on science, like biology and things that we know already.
How big the boat would have to be.
Well, see, they have this theory, which was interesting. I hadn't heard before, but they said that it wasn't two of every animal, because it was just two of like types of animal. So you have like dogs, but that would cover like wolves and things like that. So you only need two of any type of animal,
right? So
and you've covered everything. Right. So
and
like two birds, I think, was just enough to cover the whole species of birds.
That's parrots, that's crows, that's eagles in that one bird.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
All that. So
well, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense.
You would save a lot on fish,
but don't even need any room for those.
I know. But even if you didn't need to take them, I guess you just take two fish, and that accounts for every kind of
all the fish,
kind of fish in
all
the ocean.
Fish. It was a funny like explanation that they had. Anyway, it was kind of like an interesting thing that she did, and I'd never seen that like proactive atheism. It was kind of weird. Like, I'm an atheist, but I just kind of like.
I think you would agree that both of us think that all of the teachings of the church are fine. Probably wouldn't change anything.
I think everything that God did was planned. And specifically the AIDS to African children. He wants that to happen, guys.
Because God works in mysterious ways.
He works in mysterious ways.
Who
are we to question that?
If God is real, we're definitely a huge mistake. That he's just left. He's like, oh shit, I'm gonna turn my back on this and see how that goes.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, listeners. Have you ever broken something and gone, I might not tell anyone about that, and I'll close the cupboard and pretend like it never happened. Yeah. Hopefully mum and dad never look.
It's sometimes I think it happens with a doorknob. You turn a doorknob and it'll come off. So then as you leave, you just kind of place it back in, and you're like, the next person to come along will think that they broke the doorknob.
Yeah.
That is humanity.
Okay.
Humanity is a broken doorknob that God is just ignoring.
Yeah. The real question is, who's the next person to come along and maybe fix the doorknob?
Us. In this hypothetical question.
Oh, yeah, okay. So what would we do? Well, get rid of the AIDS from African children. I mean, that's a no-brainer.
Can't believe I hadn't thought of it, to be honest.
If I'm metaphorically sweeping up the mess, it's probably where I start.
Yeah, I feel
Poverty,
like,
get rid of that.
I feel like kind of cancer in general could
Get rid of all
probably
cancer.
go.
Get rid of all disease.
Yep.
But this is what I'm going to say as well. At the same time,
Mm-hmm.
every person can only have one child.
Right, so you're taking the China
No, wait.
approach.
2 children.
Right, so you're taking the new China approach.
The new China approach. Well, because if everybody has one child, then you actually halve the population. But you just want, I feel like we're at a steady pace, right? Let's just keep it on par from now on.
Would you have a town hall meeting as God to explain this?
Oh, no, I'm God. I can just change it.
But
Okay.
I'm saying, would you just change it? Like, would people just suddenly, say you've got 3 children,
Yeah.
would one day you wake up and
Okay.
you're like, oh my God.
Oh,
Or is it just
I am the 4th child in a family, so
oh no. Or would
from
it
starting
be
from now.
you as God come on everyone's TV, right?
Yeah.
You say, sorry to stop your Netflix. I won't be long. I'm God, by the way.
Yeah.
I know I'm wearing a Star Wars t-shirt, but it's me. I'm God.
Yeah.
Just heads up, keep your kids for now. I just want to tell you that first off before the next announcement.
Yeah.
Secondly, from now on, people do not have the ability to have more than 2 children.
Yeah.
Right. Would you take away? I feel like
But all people that can't conceive now can.
okay,
I've changed that too.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. So everyone can have 2.
Everyone can have 2.
If someone's like, I don't want kids, right?
Yeah.
Say that was my stance.
Yeah.
Can I give my allotment of children to someone else with a bigger heart?
You would have to be paired with somebody else that doesn't want kids.
Yeah.
Because the 2 kids, it's really 2 kids per partner.
Mhm.
You know, it's one kid per person.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah.
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 But
So everyone gets a +1.
everyone gets +1.
Yeah.
So you could
1 per person, 2 per family.
Yeah.
So say I was in a marriage
Yeah.
and we had 2 kids and we broke up.
Yeah.
Right. So I get 1 kid,
Bummer.
they get the other kid. And then I meet someone and they haven't had
A kid yet.
They haven't had
You
a
could
kid.
have a kid.
1 kid.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Just
It works.
trying to, balance overpopulation, Camus.
Yeah.
Not an easy task.
No, but you've
Okay.
done it.
We've done it.
Yeah.
I think you would still end up that way as well. The population would still go down
Yeah.
because of accidents and things like that. So
I think that
once every 20 years, you can have an extra kid.
like everyone can have an extra kid.
Every 50 years. Yeah.
Okay. So, that's a lot of people.
What do you mean?
Like, there's
To have an extra kid. Everybody right now can have as many kids as they want.
Yeah, but I'm saying like if it were that I know that you're saying they have the ability to have an extra kid.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if everyone at the same time that was able to have an extra kid had an extra kid all at once, that would be a real sudden increase to the population by like hundreds of millions.
Yeah. Well, like if it was the one day.
Yeah,
Everybody's like,
yeah.
oh, gotta have the kid right now.
It's third kid day. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And it comes every 50 years.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess just don't do that.
Don't.
Just have it how you
I
originally
won't-
pitched it.
I won't tell people for a bit. That
So
happens
someone's
every
like, wait a
people
minute.
just figure out, oh, I had an extra third
then-
kid. And then it'll take like at least 150 years for them to work that out.
Or
And just change the rules
to
again.
quell the fear. Maybe people are like, I'm pregnant again, but I have 2 kids, and they think something's wrong with
Oh,
them. Hey, sorry to interrupt the Netflix. It's me again. God,
yeah.
it's fine. The third kid is fine.
Yeah.
Don't tell anyone. It's fine.
Don't worry about it. Don't think that you need to sacrifice this or anything weird like that.
Yeah.
I know that's probably where people's minds are going. Don't do that.
Don't tell anyone else to, because the ability's gone. All right, bye.
Yeah. Good. Solid. Fixed the world we did, Cambo.
We've done it again.
Glad.
I think we don't get enough credit for the big ideas that we kind
Fixing-
of solve and.
Do you know what I'm annoyed about? Hong Kong's still protesting. We fixed that.
Oh my God.
Just say. It's getting worse, Cambo. All right, let's get into Today I Learned /
So now it's
Advice.
time for Today I Learned.
Today I learned.
And also sometimes advice.
Nelson, please don't talk over the themes.
Very rude. Wait for my cues. Okay. This Today I Learned, Cambo. It's by Squid Apocalypse. Have we had this person before? I don't know.
Squid Apocalypse.
Squid Apocalypse. Oh, wait. No, it's not. Oh, my God. I think this must be a new thing. I'm pretty sure it's a new thing. It's actually by Chris Q518, but it has awards given to it, and the awards were from Squid Apocalypse, AMD Fan 76, and Crash Says. I didn't realize they did that. I wonder if that's a new thing. I've just never, ever noticed it before. Anyway, this by Chris Q518. Today I learned Mr. Rogers used a set of 9 simple rules when talking to children. He did this to be more inclusive and avoid confusion because he knew children would often hear things literally.
Right. So I think context for us more than our American listeners, but we didn't grow up with Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, Mr. Rogers is like...
That was like an unknown entity until I would say a few years ago here. Probably... I reckon I found out about Mr. Rogers maybe 6 years ago.
Oh, really? Okay. I actually feel like I feel like I knew about it like from when I was really young, but it just was not ever a thing here.
I feel like the image was familiar to me.
Right, yeah.
The image of Mr. Rogers in Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. But yeah, it was never on TV here.
I feel like my dad spoke about it for some reason.
Yeah, we had Play School.
We had Play School.
We had Big Ted.
Yeah.
And Little Ted.
Yeah.
That's a dynamic duo.
That was pretty wild times.
Yeah, and I wonder if it's the same with in the UK as well, whether or not they grew up with Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, or what their
because it seems to
equivalent was.
Yeah. Oh, no, it was the pedophile guy. Jimmy Savile.
No. Oh, I don't know that.
Yeah, he used to have a show called Jim Will Fix It, then it turned out he's a pedophile. Anyway.
Oh.
But from what I understand, Mr. Rogers is quite like, he's seen as like an angelic figure of kindness and politeness and...
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's right. But, so let me talk you through some of these rules. So there's 9 of them, so, bear with me here. But so number 1, state the idea you wish to express as clearly as possible and in terms preschoolers can understand. Right. Example, it is dangerous to play in the street.
Okay, sure.
2, rephrase in a positive manner, as in it is good to play where it is safe. Number 3, rephrase the idea.
So are these all one after the other?
Yeah. So,
right.
I mean, I think it's all one after the other.
Yeah.
One after the other, but so you use a combination of all of them too. And I'm coming with this. Okay. Rephrase the idea, bearing in mind that preschoolers cannot yet make subtle distinctions and need to be redirected to authorities they trust, as in, ask your parents where it is safe to play. Rephrase your idea to eliminate all elements that could be considered prescriptive, directive, or instructive. In the example, that'd mean getting rid of ask. And so instead, your parents will tell you where it is safe to play. Number 5, rephrase any element that suggests certainty. That'd be will. Your parents can tell you where it is safe to play. Number 6, rephrase your idea to eliminate any element that may not apply to all children. Not all children know their parents. So, your favorite grown-ups can tell you where it is safe to play. Number 7, add a simple motivational idea that gives preschoolers a reason to follow your advice. Perhaps, your favorite grown-ups can tell you where it is safe to play. It is good to listen to them. Number 8, rephrase your new statement, repeating the first step. Good represents a value judgment. So, your favorite grown-ups can tell you where it is safe to play. It is important to try to listen to them. Number 9, rephrase your idea a final time, relating it to some phase of development a preschooler can understand. Maybe, your favorite grown-ups can tell you where it is safe to play. It is important to try to listen to them, and listening is an important part of growing.
But, so this can't be one after the other then, otherwise he'd seem like a madman. Because I feel like he...
Wait, what do you mean one after the other?
I was saying, were these sentences supposed to go one after the other? Like as a way of explaining it to children. So, it's dangerous to play in the road. And then the next sentence would be, so, ask your parents where it's safe to play. And then the next sentence would be the next rule.
Oh,
but
no, he doesn't say all these
So,
to the kids. Sorry.
I'm saying, because if he did, he would seem like an insane man, just repeating himself, but slightly editing it every time.
Okay. No.
Right.
He would end up just saying the
last
final
bit.
sentence.
Yeah.
But
that is the filter to which things would run through.
yeah, that's right. Yeah. So imagine with a script or something, they would like check off, does it cover all these rules? And so I've really found that quite interesting. But I found this more interesting on the idea that it's probably better language to use just for everyone and not just preschoolers. The idea that when it talks about using a positive manner instead of a negative manner, don't say like something's dangerous to do, but say where something is
like training
good
a dog.
to do.
Positive reinforcement works better than negative.
Positive reinforcement. I always think about it with smoking, actually, because I used to be a smoker, and I used to think that the ads that would tell you not to smoke were just far inferior. They just wouldn't work at all than the ones that said, if you don't smoke, you'll be doing good for yourself. And like, these are all the positive ways you will benefit yourself from not smoking. And I think that's like an inherent part of like our, psyche, is that if we hear something in a positive way, it's far more effective than looking at it from a negative side.
Would some kind of like cultural peer pressure have worked for you? Say there's a packet. On the packet was like a picture of a real cool dude.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't smoke. And you're like, oh, he's so cool.
If he was wearing a cloak, Cambo, then
like
absolutely.
a cool leather cloak, because it's like the equivalent to a leather jacket.
Yeah. And if he was smoking, because that's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
But yeah, anyway, I just thought that was a really sort of interesting thing.
Yeah.
And I reckon this should almost be something that's taught at a young age to speak like this, and we'd probably solve all the world's problems.
Because in harsh contrast to this, our childhood mentor, Big Ted, he gave hard truths. He did. Oh boy, he told it how it was,
Yeah.
With cursed language mostly.
Yeah. I had nightmares about it.
Listen here, you little fucks. Don't you cross the road, or I'll come and I'll slit your throat from ear to ear.
Yeah.
I still play school.
I still haven't crossed the road.
Yeah. And you never will.
Never will. I slit my throat.
There was a campaign where they just used to leave Big Teds across other roads.
In ominous positions.
Just a little knife in his little furry paw.
Yeah,
people are going to be so disappointed if they Google Big Ted.
Surely Big Ted just seems like a generic name. Yeah. So many things are going to come up for Big Ted.
But even if you you wouldn't be able to differentiate the Big Ted from Play School to any other big teddy bear.
Yeah, that's
it was just a teddy bear.
Just a teddy bear.
But he was a psychopath.
He killed kids. Yeah. Okay, here's some advice, Cambo.
Sure.
Because you're so good at giving it.
Okay.
I'm assuming. We haven't actually heard back from anybody.
But no correspondence is a positive to us.
Is good correspondence. Yeah. Okay, this is by Moobak. I'm stuck in the school bathroom stall with no toilet paper. What do I do to get help? Notice they don't want a solution really for their problem. They just want to know how to get help.
Yeah. If you scream loud enough, surely in a school, there are ebbs and flows in a school with the comings and goings of classes. It depends how much time you want to dedicate to this.
Okay.
How badly you want help.
Yeah, all right.
Because you can get good help or you can get quick help.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Elaborate, please.
So good help you need to wait for.
Okay.
Because eventually some kind of teacher or supervisor will come by.
Yeah, maybe.
But if you
if it's the end of the day? School.
Well, that's why you got to wait.
To
the next day.
On a Friday night. It's a Friday night.
Your parents will come looking.
Will they check the toilets? Do you reckon if a kid went missing, they would check the school toilets?
Okay. Look, PSA. Check toilets.
Check the
If your
toilets.
kid's messing, check school toilets first.
That's probably where
then
they are.
Go out to the forest
Yeah.
or whatever.
In fact, bring some toilet paper with you
Yeah, yeah, it's couldn't hurt.
because
But I'm saying,
yeah.
the other is you can get quick help,
Okay.
but if you're getting people that maybe loiter around the back of the toilets during class time, they're near dwells. You see what I'm saying?
You risk the bullies.
You risk the bullies.
Okay.
So you really need to weigh up
Alright.
if you want good help or quick help.
Yes.
The other thing is to just own it.
Mm.
Kick down the door with your pants down.
That's hard to do with your pants down.
Yep.
You have to
take them off.
You have to
take your pants off.
Okay.
Kick down the door
Yeah.
with your backside not wiped and be like, what? What?
Okay. Yeah.
There's no toilet paper. What?
Do you proceed to go to the next cubicle? Are you still trying to fix this problem? Or like by that stage, you're like, well,
Well, that is up to you at that point.
okay.
Whether or not you like this newfound confidence
Yeah.
or whether it's a complete farce and you do still feel
Yeah.
a little inadequate.
A little dirty, maybe.
Yeah.
This is what I think. You come out of the toilet,
Mhm.
you clench your butt,
Mhm.
and pull up your pants
But you pull them up very gently.
very gently. It's a more important part of this. You clench your butt, you wash your hands, obviously, you're not
Yep.
an animal.
Kick open the door still.
Kick open.
Looks cool.
Kick open the door. No, punch open the door.
Yeah, good.
You're
Yeah,
clenching.
yeah,
It's very hard to
yeah,
kick. Okay. Punch open the door. And then you go to class like nothing's wrong. Okay. Except people are like, hey, it looks like you're walking very delicately, small steps, and you're clenching at the same time. You say, yeah, it's
say,
a new
"Yep."
fashionable way to walk
Yeah,
and move. Okay. But then you got to commit to it
Yeah.
for years.
Yeah.
Okay. Every time then you go to school, you need to clench your butt and walk around taking small steps.
Yep.
The best thing is that you don't have to run into that problem again.
Yeah, never use toilet paper again.
You
No need.
never have to use it again. Or if you do run out of toilet paper in future, it's like, well, I've already been walking this way. The other thing is people will probably start to join you based on the fact that they've had to do the same thing. They've kind of cottoned on to the idea. They're like, oh man, Nelson's been walking around so weird. I'm stuck in the toilet, no toilet paper. I'm going to do the same thing that he's doing. I'm just going to pretend that it's part of the fashion style that he's made up. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And what you do as an extra thing, I would go to all the toilets, take out all the toilet paper. Send everybody. He's
Everyone
walking around.
understands.
They're all just pretending that it's part of this fashion
So-
statement, this new walk. It's like a swagger walk, but the opposite because it's really clenched.
Yeah. Swagger
Really
is quite loosey-goosey.
Yeah.
So what you've done is you haven't risen to their level. You've brought everyone down to you.
Bring everybody down.
And I will say this. I just put a little cap on it. If none of these sound good to you, I'll just say you don't need both socks.
You don't need both socks.
You really don't.
But, well, I mean, if you're going to use one, I think use both. Because...
One sock, new fashion statement. You have to commit to it, obviously.
You have to forever and ever.
Yeah.
Also, some countries use their hand, okay?
Yep.
So stop being so privileged.
Yeah. You're racist.
You're racist. And use your hand.
Yeah.
And use your other hand for eating.
This wouldn't happen in France with their bidets, would it?
Yeah, that's right. Can't run out of water. Oh, you can.
Yeah.
It's called a drought.
Oh my god.
I've gone through it a lot in Australia. It's a problem. It's a big problem. Alrighty.
Speaking of droughts,
Let's get into shower thoughts.
Shower thoughts, shower thoughts, shower thoughts.
I will say this: sticking to water restrictions, we keep our showers very short. It
Uh,
only ever really goes for about 20 seconds.
Yeah. Not my real showers though. I spend so long in the shower. I sometimes plug the bath drain and try to fill up the shower to my shoulders.
Like some kind of weird flotation tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
fun. You should try it. You also have to glue up the sides where the door is.
I think, have you ever seen The Shape of Water?
No.
They do it in The Shape of Water.
Do they really?
It's just to, like, block up the sides of a shower so the water doesn't leak. It doesn't really work.
So tempting, though, to do.
As a kid, I always wanted to try it.
Yeah. You could get it to like the top of the lip of like where the plastic was, and that was about it.
Yeah.
We should invent a shower.
Bloody cracks started.
We should invent a shower that's like a barn door where you close the bottom and that's got no gaps. Maybe it's not even a door on the bottom. It just has a door like at the top, so you can get it at least like a waist or chest height.
You want like an airtight
like
seal
bottom,
on the door.
Yeah. For at least the bottom half, and then you can just sort of open the top half to jump out afterwards. I think I just want a bath.
You want a standing bath.
I want a standing bath.
What you want is a tub with a shower head on it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
this
is not normally what a shower. This is actually just thoughts on a shower.
About showers. Maybe that's what shower thoughts should be in future.
If you've got any ideas on
Next
design,
week,
send them in.
We'll talk about other thoughts on showers. Okay, this is by Seba Squad. Even though we assume that paranormal experiences are caused by the ghosts of humans, there are far too many accounts of random items inexplicably being knocked off of shelves, doors being pushed open a crack, and scratching sounds on walls for us to not to be discussing the obvious culprit, ghost cats.
Yeah, this does sound a lot like cats.
It's definitely ghost cats. I can't believe we haven't thought about this before. I don't believe in the paranormal of ghost humans.
Yeah. But we're
now,
big into ghost cats.
Ghost cats.
Yeah.
I think if you think about it, all the signs add up.
Because
cats have 9 lives. The 9th life is ghost cat.
Because here's the thing. Sometimes this podcast is on high alert for Megs the cat.
Yeah.
Because sometimes he'll just wander on in, cause havoc. One time, I don't know if it came through in the audio or not,
yeah.
he's just going to town on the back of my chair.
Yeah.
That's where we're recording.
Yeah.
That's him alive.
Imagine him dead.
Imagine him you wouldn't know he's there.
He would just be scratching. And now we'd know, obviously. Yeah. We'd know.
Next! Stop it!
Yeah. Ghost cats.
This seems like a missed opportunity for the Ghostbusters franchise.
Yeah.
It's like Ghostbusters Pets.
Yeah. Their subsidiary company.
Yeah.
It's just about that. It's interesting. Here's another one, Cambe. This is by Dr. Suss. Bubblegum and birthday cake are flavors, but bubblegum and birthday cake can be any flavor.
I don't like these bullshit flavors, and I'm going to put barbecue in there as well.
Well, I think... Okay.
Oh, no, bubblegum.
Bubblegum, I think, is a flavor?
Bubblegum, I get.
Birthday cake, I don't understand. That must be an American thing. We don't have anything here that's birthday cake flavored, do we?
I have an ice cream that I just had, in fact.
What?
And the flavor was birthday cake.
What?
But
birthday cake. What does it taste like?
It kind of it's very similar to like an ice cream cake, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Here in Australia, for some reason, the most popular one is
but you did eat ice cream, so
yeah. But like the thing, because birthday cakes are so varied.
Yeah.
That how do you say?
I know that's why that seems.
How do you say is there perhaps as a cultural divide? A standard birthday cake that we're unfamiliar with.
Yeah.
I guess if we're going stereotypes of countries, ours would be a pavlova, even though it's New Zealand.
Yeah. We steal a lot of this stuff.
We take a lot of that stuff. Wouldn't mind their prime minister, actually.
Yeah. We steal all their useless stuff.
Yeah.
Pavlova, Russell Crowe. Give us something decent.
So... Yeah, is there some kind of standard? Because I think there is a standard bubblegum flavor, and then you can have flavored bubblegum.
Yeah. I feel like there's bubblegum that I like kind of understand. Mm-hmm. I can taste that. I can visualize that.
You can taste it now. You might be having a stroke.
Oh,
you smell toast?
Hold on, let me turn down the heroin. It's just okay. So I still think birthday cake as a flavor is bullcrap. I think barbecue is okay though.
Yeah, I guess if it's the textures of like barbecue sauce and it's kind of smoky
It's got
and
a
whatever.
smokiness.
We have a very popular franchise of biscuit here called Shape
Yeah.
or Shapes.
Yeah.
They're not called Shape.
They're not called Shape. I don't know why I just let that slide as well.
And arguably the most popular flavor, though it's a big point of contention in this country, is barbecue.
Yeah.
And pizza is the other one. Again, how do you have flavors like pizza?
Right,
But my point is, neither of them taste anything like the things that they claim to taste like.
Yeah.
Because the
barbecue
one
doesn't even taste like
no,
barbecue
it's not
sauce.
smoky or anything like that.
Oh my
It's
God,
kind
this
of
is-
tangy, I guess.
Tangy. Maybe. I don't know how to describe
Yeah,
it.
neither do I. They're a miracle, obviously,
Maybe.
unto themselves.
Yeah.
And just
Magic was
just
used.
quickly to alienate our American listeners. Furthermore, are you a pizza or a barbecue man?
Barbecue.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
I was
Fuck
going to
pizzas.
cancel this
Do you know-
podcast.
Do you know our friend Eden has original Shapes flavor? That's his go-to.
Yeah.
That's insane.
One time, this is so beside the point.
Yeah.
One time, he came up to it, something that we were both going to, and he went down to get snacks.
Yeah.
And he said, "I got two packets. I got the favorites. I got a barbecue. Well, you're doing well so
Yeah.
far." And he said, "And a savory."
Yeah.
Which is, it's like the nana of shape flavors, isn't it?
It's so bad. Imagine getting I'm going to help describe it to people.
Yeah.
Imagine
It's flavy-
getting a biscuit.
Yeah.
Okay. That it's almost like you want to get a nice chocolate biscuit.
Mhm.
But what's happened is they've forgot to put sugar in the chocolate biscuit. So it just tastes like, have you ever eaten raw cocoa? I'm not saying that it tastes like chocolate. I'm just trying to give a comparison of what people could compare
Are
things
you
to.
trying to explain a savory shape?
It's
just
the
a
original.
Yeah, it's just like a
I'm
cracker.
trying to explain the disappointment, Cambo. Okay, somebody's like, "Hey, I've bought chocolate biscuits."
Yeah.
And you're like, "Great."
Yeah.
And then you realize no sugar, and it's just kind of powdery and really gets in all the wrong places in your mouth.
So you're saying it is technically the biscuit part that they've promised you,
Yeah.
but without any of the part that makes it good.
All the non-goodness.
And here's why we're talking about shapes for some reason.
Yeah.
Their big claim
Mhm.
is it's flavor you can see.
Yeah.
On the original, do
Yeah.
you see the flavor? I feel like that's the
I don't
least
think
visible
so.
of any
Yeah,
of the flavors.
I don't think so. That's true. Now they're just lying about flavors that you can see. Flavors that you can't see.
Or maybe it's
Could be the
because
thing.
they've got so little flavor.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. Also, while we're on shapes,
Yeah, go on. We've got a lot of shapes material, by the way. We've been holding this back for 150 odd episodes.
don't mind an oblong.
Oh. Also, I just discovered that the shape of the biscuit is also the shape of the logo on each packet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
What was that original point?
I don't know.
Maybe we should move on.
Let's get into another one.
Okay.
Claymore Master says, there comes a time in everyone's life where beating up someone younger than you goes from pathetic to impressive.
Wait, what?
There comes a time in everyone's life where beating up
sorry.
someone.
I got it.
younger than
I
you-
was thinking because he's talking about the end of your life.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I was picturing it at the beginning of your life. So it's like if you're 5 and you beat up someone that's 4,
Yeah.
but then if you turn 12 and you beat up someone that's like 5, that now becomes impressive. I'm like, no, it doesn't. But I was thinking at the
Okay,
wrong end
yeah,
of the
right.
natural life.
That's really funny.
So it's like some 20-year-old dude's like wailed on some 12-year-old. Didn't stand a chance. And everyone's like, well, that's impressive.
yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
see,
yeah,
that
yeah.
would be
Yeah.
pathetic.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
would be
yeah,
the
I see,
pathetic
yeah,
part
yeah.
of it.
I was just
If
if I was looking through a telescope, I was looking the wrong way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Okay. And I'd like to pose this to you. Okay. Well, so you're saying 5-year-old beating up a 4-year-old, not cool.
Not cool, mate.
Not
Cool.
still put it in the realms of pathetic.
It's a bit cool because he's smoking.
He's pretty pretty cool.
Got that leather cloak.
Yeah. So it's a pretty cool leather cloak. Okay.
Well, no,
Now,
yep.
80-year-old person
Beat up a 5-year-old.
Beat up a 5-year-old.
That's pretty cool.
I'd say insane grandpa.
Yeah.
Okay, 80-year-old person beating up 25-year-old person.
That's pretty good. So the question is, what is the age in which it tips over? Because 50-year-old beating up 20-year-old. I don't know if that's impressive.
I don't think that's impressive. But
60,
then 60?
Starting to sound good. So it's somewhere in the 50s.
I think my parents are like 60. I think if my dad beat up
a
25, I'd be like, oh, yeah, Dad, I don't know. I bet I would be a little bit impressed.
But that's the thing. I feel like there's a bias in every young man that if their dad beats up anyone, it's a little bit impressive.
Really? No. What. I would be mainly embarrassed, I think.
Would you?
Yeah.
Because the cliche, like, schoolyard taunt is my dad could beat up your dad. So I feel like your dad being able to beat up people is just something you're like, yeah, cool. Yeah, my dad could beat them.
It is funny. You're not wrong about that saying. But I've never actually I don't think I've ever literally thought about if my dad beat up somebody else's dad. Yeah. I think I'd be like, Dad, stop beating up.
I don't want to start something, but I reckon my dad
stop beating up
beat
Cambo's dad. I know you definitely can, but don't beat up his dad.
I reckon my dad could beat up your dad because your dad used to work for a greeting card company.
Yes, but my dad...
That's so beat upable. Oh my God.
But my dad used to hunt boars.
Oh my God.
So think about that.
Yeah. I guess my dad only was a professional weightlifter / MMA fighter. So
yeah. Well,
we'll have to put him in a ring.
I guess so. Could my dad have a gun?
Well, my dad has many guns.
Yeah. Okay.
So is it fair
so my
that my dad give
can
your
have
dad
one of his guns?
My dad used to plan our family holidays. This is not a joke anymore. My dad used to plan our family holidays around where the gun clubs were in Australia. So we'd be like, let's go to here. And he's like, no. But we'll go to this place, which is like 40 kilometers away.
Yeah.
And there's a gun club there.
Yeah, okay. Well, anywhere's a gun club, Canberra.
The world's a gun club if you live in America.
If you live in America. Or if you don't care about laws.
That's true.
It's really, the guns are a natural part of...
Is that the philosophy that your dad implemented? The world's my gun club. I'm not restricted by actual gun clubs.
He had the same thing, but with bow and arrows.
Yeah, right.
Because he used to hunt those boars, Canberra. Anyway, my dad could beat up your dad. But let's get into... Wait, this is the last one, okay? I Spot a Pidgey says, in a competition for tallest height, you wouldn't need a podium.
I mean, would you feel ripped off, though, if you won tallest man? Like, here's your medal. Would you feel a little bit ripped off that you didn't get to stand it? Because it's almost symbolic, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I understand the idea that you're raising them up so the crowd can see them, etc. But I think at this point now, the podium is symbolic to be like, I'm going to stand.
I mean, that's what you get the medal for as well, though. You got the gold instead of silver, okay? Yeah. You got to save money on the podium. Or, do you know what I think would be good? Is if you put them on the podium, but you put it in reverse order so they're all the same height.
Yeah. And the podium is an odd thing to be like if you're the silver medalist, they're like, not only do they beat you, but they're taller. It's a weird bit of salt in the wound, isn't it?
Look at them up there, looking down on you. Okay, let's get into the AMA, where listeners of the show, just like you, listener, can write in and ask us anything you want.
Yes, I have one here from our subreddit, from user Just Judging Reddit. And the title of this is, I got a Reddit account because of your podcast. They say, hi guys, I found your podcast about 3 weeks ago and I'm loving every second of it. Don't bother making up a fake I love it intro because I really do. I don't like this assumption that we've been making up starts of emails.
Yeah.
I'm only around episode 40, so you may have been asked this already. But what is the weirdest, scariest thing about Australia that foreigners wouldn't know? I'm curious what you have to say since there are a ton of articles about creepy shit there. Anyways, I look forward to hearing you answer my question when I finally catch up. Love from Ohio, a place that is supposed to have one of the most neutral accents. So, of course, I love accents.
Oh.
Well, I know that the voice of... This is not answering his question.
Yeah.
The voice of Siri is designed to be very neutral, but that is actually an Australian woman.
Well,
but
it's very
Australian English, is that right?
She's
a bit of everything, right?
So, funny story that I'm going to tell Paulie is my sister went to a conference where the woman Siri was talking, and in real life, not like just Siri.
Yeah.
They just say that an iPhone
the
to
woman,
this.
the woman who lent her voice to Siri.
Yeah. And she said it was a really interesting experience because she saw this ad. She was living in America. She saw this ad in the paper. And she said the ad was basically written almost specifically for her. She said it was like an Australian person that had been living in America for at least 5 years. And maybe had some like English inheritance or something. Just something really bizarre and strange. And she was like, I literally tick every single one of these boxes. It's so strange they put this in here. So Australian, but they had been living in America for quite some time. So, yeah.
And I would say on the spectrum of Australian accents, we don't have too strong compared to some.
Yeah, you can get a lot stronger.
Yeah.
I feel as though TV has really made my accent probably more American than it should be. And I think a lot of people our age and our generation is like, we watch a lot of American TV shows. And so I think that I have a friend who's like really, there's certain words that she says that are just flat out American. Like she says dollars.
Oh, really?
And it's really strange that, because that to me is like a very American way to say that word. And
in fact, one of the flagship American accent things is actually to do with the word Australia and how it's pronounced. Because as a country, we drop a lot of letters and stuff from words.
Yeah.
And especially with the word Australia, we tend to drop the AU. And in the American accent, it's always emphasized. It's always Australia.
Yeah. Or Aussie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's the weirdest thing?
What's the weirdest or scariest thing about Australia?
I mean, at the moment, half of it's on fire, and I don't know if that's something that the rest of the world necessarily knows, but there are huge, like catastrophic bushfires happening right now. And I know you're on episode 40, but chances are the way things are going, by the time you catch up, they'll still be going.
Yeah,
because they've been going for what, almost 2 weeks.
Yes.
Maybe.
I'm not sure,
yeah,
but
nor am I. At this point, I'm so used to reading that it's still happening that it's kind of lost the day count.
And not even that, but they consistently happen in Australia. Like almost every summer, we had a week like a few years ago now. I don't know how long ago it was. It was called Black Saturday.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Friday, but that. Isn't that American sales
That's
thing?
It's
the opposite of that. Not fun.
We don't look forward to Black Saturday.
And that was like some horrific fires.
50% off, but that's 50% off all the the
houses.
Home.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And that was like a horrific time in Australian sort of period in the recent history. Like the fires can run really rampant here.
Very dry land that we have.
Yeah, very dry, and we have people that start them as well. Like that's
true.
often why it happens.
Yeah,
like
we may have gun control, but we do not have fire control.
Yeah. There's even people like, so we have fire bans quite often. So you can't have a fire outside, but even like you can't use power tools and things like that. I think one of the big ones was started by a guy using a power tool.
Really?
Once, like I can't remember which. I just remember hearing about this guy who just used the power tool. One spark started an entire bushfire. Like
that's
it's
crazy,
insane.
Isn't it?
But yeah. So that is like definitely a scary part of.
I feel like that's a thing that people don't necessarily know about this country. Also, here's a scary thing: our Christmases are really hot.
Really hot.
So hot. We
From
are
the
dreaming of
fires.
a white Christmas because we've literally never seen one.
Yeah.
It's like I'm trying.
Unless the ash from the fire.
I don't know
That's
what
a bit white.
Yeah, it's true.
And
But-
snow-like.
Yeah, yeah.
If anything, we should start more fires camping.
Just get in that Christmas mood.
Yeah.
But I've completely lost my. I don't know what the conversion is, but it's locally in temperature wise, it normally sits around the 40s, which I think is
Right.
somewhere maybe in the 90s.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
Should
neither
I
do
Google this?
Yeah, sure. We won't Google the other thing that we were questioning. We'll just Google this.
Celsius to Fahrenheit.
I think if memory serves, I think last Christmas was 42 degrees. So whatever that is in. This is not interesting.
107 degrees
There you go.
Fahrenheit.
107.
Yes. Anyway, it gets hot.
Yeah, that's pretty scary.
Yeah. And probably another thing is like we suffer, I mentioned it before, but like we suffer from droughts. So that I reckon is a funny thing to think about for like first world country, because you don't often hear about that, I reckon, in other parts of the world. But Australia is really prone to droughts, kind of because of this hot weather. That we really have to conserve water, and it sometimes gets a little better. So at the moment it's not too bad, but it can get really bad, and I think that is something again that's not really looked at as from a foreigner perspective of like
All they talk about is the Hemsworths.
the bloody Hemsworths. Well, they talk about, I guess, if we're talking about like scarier stuff, like the animals that can kill you, like the spiders and snakes and stuff. But honestly, things more like the bushfires and things like that, that's more likely to affect us than getting bitten by
It's
some
a bit
deadly
like,
animal.
Yes, all of those animals do exist here.
Yeah.
But also, like, we have suburbs.
Yeah. yeah. That's
So
right.
it's not like we're all just constantly in fear of them. I've never seen one of these things like for years and years and years, unless I was somewhere specifically out in the bush. Much like I'm sure most people haven't seen like grizzly bears and stuff like that, even though they are in America.
Yeah.
But maybe it's the animals that start the fires. They are dangerous.
Oh, they do. I've seen them walking around with lighters. Okay, here's one. Gentlemen, I've finally done it. In July of this year, I found your podcast, and as of today, I have listened to every episode. You'll be surprised to learn I've done this voluntarily. Oh my God. I drive around 30 hours a week between my commute to work and visiting my wife, who lives over 100 miles away from me. During those long lonely
Convert
drives,
that. No, don't.
I'm going to. No, I won't. During those long, lonely drives, you two wonderful fellows have kept me company. I have grown used to listening to 2 to 4 episodes a day, so if you could start uploading at that rate, I would really appreciate it. Anyway, my question to you is, if you could make one thing illegal, what would it be and why? Your Detroit correspondent, Jake, got a new one.
Yeah,
got
that's
a new
good.
one. Okay.
Okay.
First of all,
Yeah.
here's a way to solve your problem. Listen to the episodes. There's multiple ways. Listen to the episodes on really ultra slowed down speed. One episode will last you a month if you really try. Also, look for the secret messages in the episodes that we've done already. Might take a few listens.
Yeah, you find our secret second podcast. That
Yeah.
has even more episodes.
Yeah. So just that's something you could do.
As far as the request to upload 2 to 4 times a week,
Yeah.
I need to say, Jake, that I am surprised we upload once a week.
It's really
And that is shocking.
It's
So,
as I've mentioned earlier in the podcast, I'm not a religious person, but this is the closest thing that makes me believe in a god.
yeah. So, but I think this is a delicate ecosystem.
Yeah,
Because the moment that we have to do any more than is
just
necessary,
a little bit more,
we will pack
massive
it in
burnout.
immediately.
Okay,
But obviously, I will say this as well: don't listen to other podcasts.
don't
listen.
don't do it though. No, I know.
Obviously,
you,
just re-listen to
Yeah.
our podcast, and do not start a rival podcast.
Yeah.
Say that right away.
Don't do that.
No.
Okay, if you could make one thing illegal, what would it be and why?
Farting in an elevator is up there.
Okay. Yes, I see. That is definitely annoying.
Wait, you need something that's
How about-
that's a dick move, but not illegal. That's the
not illegal.
realm. And so there is where I work in there's a parking structure like underneath where we work.
Yeah.
And there's a guy that has a pretty fancy BMW. And consistently every day he parks between two spots because he doesn't want anyone to park next to him.
I mean, that is illegal, though.
But it's like you'd get a fine.
Yeah.
But like I want it to be more illegal to do that.
Punishable by death.
Because it's that kind of thing where it's like, yeah, technically it's against the rules.
Yeah.
But I don't like you're not really getting a criminal charge from that, are you?
I'm sort of surprised though that somebody does that because
Every day, every single day.
I imagine you're prone to getting keyed.
I saw him park
Like,
today.
yeah.
It's that kind of thing. I'm too much of a coward because he looks way richer than me.
Yeah, yeah. I would park real close to his driver's side door. Like, so,
you take over two lines of but
Yeah,
just go
yeah.
super close to him.
super close. Because, like, what's he going to do?
Yeah.
Call somebody out to be like, hey, this guy.
Look at this guy.
he parked really close to my car.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
that's so
especially
annoying.
the driver's side, so he needs to get in.
Yeah.
Like he has to squeeze into his car.
Yeah, yeah. Or go through the passenger side like
Yeah.
an idiot. Or get a friend. Okay, you park one side, I'll park the other.
Yeah.
So he can't get through. Has to go through the sunroof. I mean, probably does have a sunroof, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Bloody jerk.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's annoying. But that would definitely. If I was just a person, if I was a youth walking past, I'd be like, I'm gonna key that car for sure. That guy, what a wanker. Okay, but something.
I mean, I guess that's the benefit of parking in a secured underground parking place, is that there's less youths just walking by.
Yeah, yeah,
Not none, obviously. There's a couple.
yeah.
How'd you get down here?
Okay. Something. So, what's a dick move that I want to be made illegal? Or something that you think might benefit society?
Oh, Nelson,
Can be.
you could take out one of our enemies.
Mhm.
Why don't you make the Welcome to Patchwork podcast illegal?
Oh. All other
Let's see
podcasts
them- let's
illegal.
see them
Why
get
not
on-
everything can
Let's
be?
see them get on the trending page there.
Okay. How about this is what I'm thinking. How about, because I've thought about this before, cigarettes.
Oh, yeah, make them illegal.
I think cigarettes should be illegal.
Yeah, probably.
There is no good that they do.
No.
They only cause very bad things to happen. Arguably, sort of like alcohol. But I feel like alcohol has a bit of like, there's a place in between where you can enjoy alcohol and not go overboard.
Yeah. You can enjoy it with minimal damage to your body.
Yeah.
But I think this country is actually probably the closest to making it illegal, or one of the closest to making it illegal. It's so but that we're still not even close. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we have the really graphic images on all the boxes. The boxes literally say, "Don't buy this," and this will kill you. And they can't have branding. They can't have colorful logos. Like it's really, really restricted. So this is probably the closest to it being illegal without it actually being illegal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, apparently I think there is a whole, I think, I want to say worldwide, but maybe I just read that this was Australian, that smoking has like dramatically decreased from like one generation to the next.
Yeah.
Like it really
Well, the
has
problem
gone
is
downhill.
everyone
Then-
started going to vaping, and then it turned out that vaping's cool.
Well, they were saying that it was just going down even without the vaping.
Right.
And I remember somebody making it a point. Maybe I read it on Reddit, and they were saying like, "Oh, this is a good thing." Like smoking was going down,
Yeah.
then some idiot invented vaping,
yeah.
and then kids started doing that
Yeah.
instead.
And so many of the cigarette companies own vaping companies as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like it's going straight back to the same people.
Yeah. But in Australia, you can't have nicotine in your vaping devices, which is like a really big difference between what you can get overseas and in Australia. Because obviously the nicotine is the worst
Yeah, the bad
part of
yeah,
it,
the
and it's the
addicting part.
addictive part. So, but anyway, yeah.
Anyway, that maybe
Make
answered
that
his
illegal.
question. I don't remember.
Make that illegal.
We've got another one here from Daniel. He said, in the 1978 cult classic film Grease, why the fuck does the car fly away in the end? And why does nobody ever seem to talk about this? What's your guys' theory on what happened? Mine is, in the early song in the movie, there's a line that says Danny saves her life and she nearly drowned. Maybe Danny actually failed and she did drown and Rydale High never existed.
This has blown my mind.
I like this.
I like this a lot.
Yeah.
Camber, I need to tell you something. I'll admit it to you and all the listeners right here and now.
Yep.
I watched Grease a lot of times.
Oh my god!
I
thought you legitimately thought you were going to say I've never seen Grease, but
No.
what you said is so much worse.
I watched that movie just a ton of times. We must have had it on VHS.
Yeah.
And I was a bit of a singer when I was younger as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't know, my
fancied
mum
yourself
probably
a bit of a Sandy because she was Australian.
Yeah. That's why.
That's the one you relate to.
No, I'm playing about Danny Zuko, mate.
Yeah.
With his leather
There's
jacket.
an embarrassing photo of me out somewhere online of me dressed up as Danny Zuko.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah. Are you sure you weren't pudgy?
Oh,
Sorry. And anyway, so when Daniel asked this question, I thought, I can't believe I have never thought about this because obviously that's an insane part of the movie. It goes into this like joyous world into just all of a sudden flying car. Like what? Where did it turn over?
This strikes me as the kind of thing that like the director was like, you know, it would be great if at the end the car flew off.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, yeah. Why would it? It would just be cool if the
know?
car flew off.
It's a metaphor.
Yeah.
For a car flying off.
Which looks cool.
Which looks cool. Like the T-Birds, they're cool. I
think that this is my theory, they didn't expect it. And they just kept, like Leica the dog being shot into space, they just kept going into orbit and eventually choked to death.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like after, because it got a little bit high, and he's like, oh boy, we're getting pretty high here.
Yeah.
What's going on? Why is this car flying?
That was officially John Travolta's last movie.
Yeah. Now everything you've seen is the Scientology alien clone of him.
Yes.
That would explain Battlefield Earth, actually.
Okay, so, but this is what I'm thinking as well then. Car flying off is insane.
Yep.
And fictitious and
By
not
the way,
like the rest of the movie.
yeah.
But I was then thinking, well, we don't break into song and dance in our world, really. So I think the whole time this world was just in another universe, unlike our own. And you just assume, which incorrectly you assume, because very early on they break into song and dance, and that's not a normal thing. It's kind of like there's an episode of Buffy called Once More With Feeling, the musical episode, brilliant episode. And
I heard it was shit.
And well, you did not, Canva. You made that up right now just to anger me. And you know what? You've done a great job because I'm very angry.
Joss Whedon texted me that day. Said it's the worst episode we've ever done.
He loved it. He
Apart
texted
from-
me
apart-
again and he said, "Hey, I just text Campbell a joke." Joke message. Yeah, you did that like crying, laughing face a few times. Me and Joss are on good terms. Anyway, and there's a demon that instills this, this everybody breaking into song and dance. So I think that kind of marries up the idea of fantasy world and singing, together.
Look, I've never seen Grease 2, but I do know that exists.
Yeah, I think I've seen that once. I think it's terrible.
But yeah, I think the consensus is it's not good.
Yeah.
But maybe like in a switch of genre, which some films do, maybe From Dusk Till Dawn, an example, starts as a heist film, ends as a vampire film.
Right.
They're getting abducted by aliens at the end of that film. And the sequel was meant to be some kind of Greases versus aliens extravaganza.
The sequel is E.T.
Oh my God.
E.T. wants to phone home to Danny Zuko.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Yeah.
All...
Danny Zuko, undercover alien.
Yep.
He's just there to abduct Sandy.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, she was she was harvested for parts.
Hate to tell you,
Yeah.
she gave birth to E.T.
Yeah.
and then
Harvested for parts.
she was harvested for parts. That's it. Okay, we have one last one here, Cambo. This is by Elliot. Hey, me. Oh, don't read this one.
Yeah. So I've just seen what it is.
Okay, yeah. Because I purposely made this as my one, so because I had already read it. Okay. Hey, me again. I loved your answers for what you guys would do with $1.5 billion. And I must say, out of many of my friends I've asked, that I have never heard those answers before. And I loved it. And like I said, I'll be sending a lot more. About to give cousin Rowan a run for his money.
Elliot, let me tell you, you don't need your other friends. We're your only friends.
We're
now.
your only friends. Why have you got all these other friends?
Ditch them.
Ditch them. Get rid of them.
Make them subscribe.
Make them subscribe.
As a last act.
In fact, keep them until they do subscribe. Yeah. Then lose them as friends.
That's good, Nelson. That's good for me.
Get to that point. Anyway, here it is. I really loved you two guessing American slang. So here's some slang specific to my home state of Colorado. So I'll give you the slang, Camber, and you give me what you think the definition is.
Now, the history of this, I didn't do very well. So
yeah, I think we haven't done very well on lots of these. Yeah, but that's not the point.
No. We're not here to fuck spiders.
We're not here to fuck spiders. Okay, here's first one. FOCO.
FOCO.
Yeah.
You know what would be Elliot, maybe if you write in the future, you can take this on as feedback. Is maybe an example sentence that would also...
Hey, are you going to FOCO?
Yeah, that's good. FOCO.
Yeah.
Is it anything like FOMO, which is like an acronym for fear of missing out? Is FOCO...
No.
Okay.
But I like what you're thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not at all correct.
But there was some logic.
There was some logic to it. No, it's Fort Collins, the city.
Okay, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dispense/dispenso.
Is that like a weed dispensary?
Yes.
Yeah.
Colorado Kool-Aid.
Is that some kind of alcohol? Is it like say like I'm trying to think. I mean, say you could have a beer, a Foster's, as you might say in America, even though we don't have it here. Could be like Australian water. Is Colorado Kool-Aid?
Yeah,
along those lines.
It's beer. It's just beer.
Oh damn! I should have gone so specific.
You were looking for something, so specific. Okay,
I'm gonna give myself that.
Yeah, you can have that one.
Sweet.
But you lost the first one. And the dispensary one was too easy, so you're on negative 17 points. Okay, 5280 or 5280. I'm not really sure.
5280 sounds like a police code.
It does. I mean,
287 is a murder. I don't know if you know that slang, Nelson.
Right. How do you know that? Don't answer that.
I listened to NWA in high school.
Okay.
Don't you worry about that.
Maybe,
I was doing some 287s.
I feel like normally when you write that though, you maybe even have a hyphen in between. But this is just.
Is it a postcode?
5280.
No, their postcodes are longer. Ours are 4-digit.
Yeah,
America's a lot bigger. Like 90210, for example.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what this one is. I'm going to give it to myself, obviously, but
I don't
know what it is.
I'll give it to you as well. 1 mile above sea level, obviously.
Okay, yeah,
I don't know why Coloradians would need so often to tell people that something is 1 mile above sea level.
I was in the impression that Colorado was quite a mountainy area of America. That seems like an insult, if anything.
Quite famously,
you'd be like
1 mile above sea level, Campbell. I don't know why you would. I don't know. Anyway, here's another one. 14er.
A 14er.
Yep.
How is that spelt? Because we have a car called a 14er.
He's written the number 14 and then ER.
Okay, 14er. It sounds like a slang for either like a drink of some kind.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Like, pass me like a... Yeah, I'm going to go it's a drug.
Yeah, wrong.
Oh, no.
A specific mountain with a peak at 14,000 feet.
What is... Colorado and your bloody sea levels and mountain peaks.
It's very specific.
Yeah.
You don't does that mean that they don't have a name for this mountain aside from 14er? They got sick of saying, "Hey, I'll meet you at that mountain with the peak at 14,000 feet."
Yeah.
It was just annoying to say that whole sentence every time. So they started calling it a 14er.
Yeah, that's true. Like, what is 14er much shorter than its official name, perhaps?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Maybe. Okay. Rock pile.
Oh my god. A rock pile. Is it a mountain?
Okay, I didn't know that. This one's interesting. I feel like maybe this is could be more American altogether. I don't know.
Okay.
Rock pile. Nothing to do with mountains. But okay, the one that sounds most to do with mountains, not to do with mountains.
I don't know about this, Elliot. I don't know about this.
Do you want to guess?
Rock pile, nothing to do with mountains.
Yep.
Is it when you get a bunch of people that look like the rock to make a human pyramid and then they tumble and you got a rock pile?
That's a rock pile.
Yeah.
You've got
Colorado
it.
specifically.
You've got it. No, the place where the working class sit during baseball games.
Okay, sure.
Nosebleed.
Nosebleed is like a seating section, right?
Yeah.
Like bad seats up in the nosebleeds.
Yep. The highest in elevation of a baseball stadium. Yeah, we use the same term. Probably not as common.
We call them dingo bleeds.
Dingo bleeds. Yeah. Obviously. Okay, PFM.
PFM. Now that must be an acronym, surely.
Yes. Try and work that one out.
Pretty fucking much.
Oh.
That's my guess.
No. It is Peyton fucking Manning.
Oh, okay, sure. PFM, yep.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty fucking much.
Pretty fucking much. I like that much better.
Well,
PFM.
So it would be like, is my one better? And you're like, PFM?
Now I'm not sure if you're saying Peyton fucking Manning.
Well, you'll never know. That's the great mystery of it.
Oh boy. He even says, I don't know the reason for this. My friends told me this.
Well, Peyton Manning
Just lying.
is a sports star. I know that.
Yeah.
So it would be like,
but like
people
he
that
obviously
shout Kobe when they try and sink a ball.
Yeah, I guess so. He says he doesn't know the context of when it's used, basically. Anyway, okay. Flatlanders.
Flatlanders, but not flat earthers. Flatlander.
I feel like you could work this out.
People that don't live on the mountains.
Basically.
Yeah, okay.
Basically. Any out-of-state people who don't know how to drive in the snow, mountains, or other difficult terrain.
Classic flatlanders. We call them dingolanders.
We call them dingolanders. Yeah, because they don't know how to navigate around dingoes.
Yeah. That's why they're always taking their babies.
Granola.
It's like oats.
Not granola. Not actually.
Not actually granola. Is it food related at all?
No. Okay. You probably won't get this one.
Okay.
I've never heard of it before.
I'm going to give it to me.
Okay. Hippies.
Okay, sure.
Hippies, yeah.
I guess it's kind of a hippie food. Is in much as it's like a health food, quote unquote. It's normally full of sugar.
Yep. Okay. Fixie.
Fixie. It's a bike?
Yes. A fixed gear bicycle.
Yeah.
This one sounds a bit Australian.
We have fixies.
That's funny that he says that. This one sounds a bit Australian. Yep.
It's more of just like in like the suburb of Brunswick in Melbourne, you get a lot of fixies.
Yep. We definitely, if there is a slang term that ends in IE, it's definitely come from an Australian, is it?
Yeah, we call them dinghies.
Dinghies.
Not the boat. That's a dingo on a boat.
Okay. This one has 3 terms. Loud, gas, bud. Weed. I got that from the bud.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have said it from the gas or loud.
Yeah, no, me neither. The bud got me over the line here.
Yeah. We call it dingo. We should call it dingo, though, shouldn't we?
That does sound like a cool Australian slang for weed.
Man,
you got any dingo?
You got any dingo? Yeah, we're starting this.
And what we need is on our currency a picture of a baby. So then if you buy some weed with that currency, say it's $100.
Yeah.
Dingo took my baby.
Dingo took my baby. So stupid, Cameron. Okay, so thank you for writing into us.
That was it.
Elliot and Daniel and Jake and Just Judging Reddit. If you would like to write into us, you can do so. Reddit podcast, READIT podcast at gmail.com. You can also reach us at Facebook, at Twitter, and our subreddit. They're all READIT podcast.
We're nearing the bottom of the barrel, so start sending them back in, I would say.
We are.
I don't want to say we're
probably
desperate.
Not. Probably not. I still feel like we're going. Anyway, send them in though.
Send them in.
Because I say that, and then we'll be out of them.
Yeah.
And if you could rate us and subscribe on whatever podcasting app you're listening to us on, we'd really appreciate that.
Yep.
Oh my God, Cambe, I forgot. Secret Santa, Reddit Secret Santa.
Oh, it's back on.
Started, I think we've only got a week or two to sign up.
Okay. Yeah. Tradition of the show.
Sure. Last year, I didn't get anything. So
yeah, that's right.
I'm not sure how I feel about this.
Was it last year or the year before I accidentally got 2?
I think the year before you got 2.
That's
Yeah,
good,
so we'll do that.
Yes, yeah. So we're going to sign up for the Reddit Secret Santa and do, as we do every year on the show, we're going to find someone and hopefully you'll help us pick something for them. And then when we get something, we'll reveal it as well. Rate the show, subscribe to the show. So have a bloody dingo. Thanks
for reading. What did I say? Well, thanks for listening. We'll read you later.
Don't talk over the themes.